Welcome back, friend. No one knows what the hunter is using. Is it a special rifle or something else entirely? And what makes the black bear recklessly charge into a residential area? Watch the video until the end. Back in 1994, few would have guessed that black bears were on the brink of catastrophic decline. Deforestation, rampant urbanization, and rampant hunting had reduced their numbers so rapidly that ecologists warned of local extinction in some states. But nature always heals. Today, the black bear population in North America has grown to more than 600,000, with Montana becoming one of the continent's largest bear capitals. This dramatic comeback is a reminder that any balance comes at a cost. Each year, bear raids on food stocks, homes and farms cost an estimated $154 million. 0 cents. Forest communities in Montana, Idaho and Colorado are feeling the pressure. As bears lose their wariness of humans, in an effort to reduce conflict, many areas have historically used bow and arrow hunting, baiting and scent baiting, hoping to displace bears from human settlements and release them back into the deep woods. However, these methods have proven less effective. In heavily forested areas like the Appalachians and northern Wisconsin, bears have become smarter. Many also disagree that the draw weight required to ethically take down an adult black bear, typically between 65 and 75 pounds, pushes many hunters beyond their physical limits, especially in the cold season. The dense forest means that shots are often less than 20 yards apart, forcing hunters to stay dangerously close to a bear that can close in on them in seconds. Add to that unpredictable winds, low light conditions, and the bear's natural instinct to hide, and bow hunting becomes less a method of control and more a test of endurance, where one mistake can cost far more than a failed harvest. The reality in the woods is that black bears are overcoming many of the old control measures, and so controlled hunting has become a more proactive and effective option. Both veteran hunters and ecologists agree that a proactive, flexible and sustainable approach is needed to reduce pressure on forest-bound communities. Choosing the right gun and caliber is only part of the equation, however. Legal and procedural preparation is the foundation. Obtaining a license, understanding your state's hunting regulations, and having the skills to use the weapon safely. Experience has shown that scouting the area, reading tracks and other signs is just as important as aiming accurately. When a bear is in your sights, staying calm and controlling your breathing can mean the difference between a good shot and a bad one. When you're out there chasing a black bear, the truth hits fast. Nothing about this comes easy. You're tracking an animal that can hit 35 minutes and push 600 pounds. Yet your odds of a successful harvest sit at barely 10% across most states. Wow. Your heartbeat turns into a war drum. One shot, one breath, one moment that decides everything. And when that massive bear finally drops, the whole forest goes silent. And you realize you didn't just take the shot, you became one of the few hunters who make that 1 in 10 count. Bear hunting, however, remains a hotly contested topic. One side argues that it is a practical way to reduce conflict, generate revenue for conservation, and maintain ecological balance.
Team down, team down.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other side advocates non-lethal options such as relocation, limiting bear attraction through food protection or birth control programs. And perhaps the most important question is not whether we should hunt or not, but how do we maintain the delicate balance on which we all depend? Hello. In the sultry, mosquito-thick air of Louisiana's bayous, a silent war rages. Feral hogs, cunning beasts born from centuries-old stock brought by explorers like Hernando de Soto, aren't just pests. They're a relentless force, tearing through cornfields, fouling water sources, and threatening the livelihoods of farmers across the state. The Louisiana Department of Agriculture pegs its damage at $80 million, 0 cents a year. But that's just the start. These invaders breed at a breakneck pace. One sow can churn out 12 to 20 piglets annually, turning fertile land into a battleground. Old school methods, such as net traps, electric fences, or hunting dogs, they're outmatched like trying to stop a flood with a bucket. That's why the bravest take to the skies. Helicopter hunts, endorsed by wildlife experts, are the sharpest tool in the fight, capable of culling dozens of hogs in a single sweep. But it's no cheap thrill. Each flight burns $2,200, 0 cents an hour, with risk like mechanical failure or a stray shot hitting the wrong mark. Dawn broke over a devastated farm near the Atchafalaya Basin, where ploughed soil and trampled crops told the story of an invasion. herd of 18 wild boars grazed near a cypress grove, oblivious to the approaching danger. Pilot James, a 12-year veteran, lowered the helicopter to reach the boars. At the open hatch, lead gunner Michael clutched his AR-15, his eyes fixed on the chaos below. Four shots rang out, each one pinpoint accurate, taking down the boars. But these were no ordinary boars. The herd did not scatter, it scattered. A stampede of strength and instinct that disappeared into the underbrush. James steered the helicopter toward the dense riverbank where the boars had gathered at midday. The fuel of time burned fast, and if the boars ran into the deep woods, the hunt would be lost. The problem isn't just hunting, it's farmers facing bankruptcy as feral hogs destroy 6 months' worth of crops in a matter of hours. It's ecosystems buckling under the weight of an invasive species that's destroying more than 600 species of plants and animals, eroding soil and spreading diseases like African swine fever that could devastate the global livestock industry. Nationwide, feral hogs cost the agricultural industry $2 billion, 0 cents a year, with Louisiana and Tennessee bearing the brunt of the damage as harvests are ruined. The nightmare stretches beyond the bayou. In Tennessee, hogs trample fields and stress livestock, pushing family farms to the edge. Local coalitions of hunters on ATVs and farmers with everything to lose. In one dawn raid, hunter Alex faces a charging hog, dropping it with a single steady shot. Veteran marksman Mark wastes no bullets. His precision is a masterclass in survival. Even humane solutions, such as steel pens that capture entire sounders without bloodshed, are gaining ground. But the hogs keep coming. Introduced in the 1500S, they've become a global wrecking crew, emitting 5 million tons of CO2 annually, equivalent to 2 million cars. Their destruction ripples through food chains, threatening deer, birds, and the delicate balance of the land. As the sun sets over the horizon, the hunters have knocked down 25 wild boars, including the king pig, who is protecting the fields that feed his family. This is not just a hunt, but a fight for community, for land, for a way of life. What do you think of this battle? Have wild boars torn apart your town, your farm, your story? Leave a comment, like and subscribe for the next chapter. The deep forest holds greater threats, and one wrong move could lead to disaster. Will these predators outsmart the wild boars, or will the swamp invaders win another victory? Watch as the battle begins.
Initially, Australia had about 300 to 400 invasive animal species spread across the states. Among them, the most prominent is the dingo dog that was brought to Australia as a hunting animal. However, they later became a significant problem, causing damage to Australia's agriculture and natural environment. They have become one of the leading invasive species, causing damage to native wildlife, causing ecological imbalance, and creating significant costs for governments and farmers to control and minimize their negative effects. The most important thing is that dingo dogs directly affect the economy and livestock farming. People living in Australia told me that dingoes cause about 60 million USD in damage each year to livestock farms in Australia, especially sheep farming. The reason they attack sheep is often due to their hunting instincts and adaptation to their natural habitat. The parts of the dingo dog that affect its hunting behavior are mainly its sharp canines and ability to move quickly, helping them attack and destroy target opponents effectively. Let me learn in detail about the above two parts. Leave comment 1 to let me know you're curious about this too. In recent years, dingoes have caused serious damage to kangaroo populations. With their fast running speed and hunting skills, they often take advantage of this ability to chase kangaroos. Dingoes often choose young or old animals to attack, causing the balance in the kangaroo population to be upset. Kangaroos play an important role in maintaining ecosystem balance by controlling the growth of trees and other plants. Their sudden decline could lead to environmental destruction and a decline in food sources for many other species. In addition, economic loss is also a worrying issue. Kangaroos are often an important source of income for the livestock and tourism industries in Australia. Declines in kangaroo numbers due to dingo attacks could have a major economic impact on people who rely on this source of income. This increases pressure on measures to control dingoes and protect kangaroo populations. What has the Australian government done to deal with invasive dingoes? They spend up to $100 million a year to address the economic and environmental damage caused by dingoes, and the most effective way is the hunting method to legally manage dingo populations. In Australian dingo hunting, bolt-action gear is a popular and effective choice. The main characteristics of bolt-action tools are the ability to shoot from a distance and high accuracy. This hunting tool has a simple structure, with a simple operating mechanism. After each shot, the user needs to pull back the barrel to put new medicine into the hunting tube, and at the same time prepare to take down the dingo. Next, the simplicity of the bolt-action tool makes it an ideal tool for dingo hunting. When hunting, workers will often approach dingoes from a distance, taking advantage of the precision vision of bolt-action tools. With each hunt, they can usually kill 6-7 dingoes, thanks to the power of their hunting equipment. This allows them to effectively control dingo populations while protecting lands and livestock from attacks. Using bolt-action tools is not only effective in taking down dingoes but also ensures safety for hunters and the surrounding environment. However, the use of dingo hunting equipment in compliance with wildlife regulations and rules is important to ensure a balance between controlling dingoes and protecting the natural ecosystem of Australia. Hunting is an effective way to control the number of invasive dingo species. But some opposing views can be raised. It concerns the ethics and treatment of wild animals. Although dingoes are harmful to agriculture, using hunting methods will cause pain to them. It is argued that they should be protected and managed in a more civilized way. In addition, the use of hunting weapons can impact the environment because cigarette smoke is released directly into the environment, reducing biodiversity. When it comes to controlling dingoes, there is a more enjoyable method and one that doesn't hurt them. That is using traps to trap them. One of the common traps used to catch dingoes in Australia is the leg hold trap. This type of trap is designed to grip their feet when they step in, to keep them from escaping. How to install this trap is extremely important to ensure effectiveness in catching dingoes. To install the trap, the user needs to find a suitable location, usually near paths or trails where dingoes often pass. Then they need to choose a section of road that already has dingo tracks or an area where dogs are likely to pass through. When a dingo walks into a trap, the trap snaps on their legs, causing damage and trapping them. The use of this leg hold trap can be considered more effective than the use of hunting gear, as it helps to safely capture and control dingoes without having to stun them. This also helps minimize the risk of harm to humans and other animals in natural habitats. However, the use of leg hold traps also needs to be done carefully and in compliance with environmental protection regulations and wildlife laws. In my opinion, the above methods are effective in controlling the number of dingo dogs. What do you think about the above two methods? Please comment to let us know. Which method do you find most effective? Comment number 1 if you find using hunting gear is most effective. Comment 0 if you feel that using traps does not harm dingoes. Thank you for watching the entire video. Like and press the channel subscription button to watch the next videos.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.